Melissa. I go by the name Stitching Liz here on YouTube and also on Instagram, but you can call me Melissa. It's so good to be back for my fourth video. Today is Sunday, October 15th. Welcome to any new watchers and welcome back to watchers who've been here before. So today is a Sunday, and lately I've been thinking of Sundays as my multi-craft days because I've been starting out my Sundays or ending my Sundays with crochet, as well as doing some cross stitch. And the crochet is a little special because it's something I've been doing since I was about 9 years old. It's multi-generational, something that my great-grandmother and my grandmother and my mom all taught me to do. So it's really special to me, and right now my mom and I are doing a little coordinated project where we're each stitching granny squares for individual blankets. Like, she's stitching granny squares for a blanket that she's doing, and I'm stitching granny squares for a blanket that I'm doing. And we're going to be putting together our blankets when we're done with the squares. We're doing about 2 a week, and we're just sort of like encouraging each other and keeping track of what the other one's doing. So I did 2 squares today. Now the granny squares that I'm doing are they're like a little bigger, they're not small, and this is one and this is my other one. So that was my multi-craft part of my day. The rest of my day has been spent cross-stitching, which is what I know you're here for, so I will focus on that now. So I wanted to start out by showing you some happy mail that I got. I'm really excited about it. I want to say thank you so much to Kellyanne, because this happy mail came from her. She gave us the opportunity as stitchers to contribute to charity in support of Texans who were affected by Hurricane Harvey. And she did that by creating t-shirts that she dyed herself. And I was lucky enough to have the opportunity to contribute to the charity. So I received my t-shirt in the mail, and it came with this adorable thank you note. And on the back of the thank you note it says that we raised $355 for charity, which is really exciting. It's nice that a small group of stitchers can come together and make a bigger impact than they would on their own. And it's really, you know, all due to Kelly for putting this together. And she included a thank you skein of floss, and I think she dyed it herself. It's this beautiful teal variegated thread, and it's so pretty. So thank you for that, Kellyanne. And I'm going to show you the t-shirt, which is just so fun. The colors are great. She did such a nice job. It says Stitchers for Texans, and it's got that needle and thread, the outline of Texas, and her logo. I think that's her logo. So here's the colors. So thank you so much, Kellyanne. That was really fantastic, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity to participate. And I should have worn the t-shirt. Why didn't I wear the t-shirt? I should have put that on instead of this shirt. But I'm happy to be able to show you. So the next thing I want to show you is a finish. I was doing dark October stitching, and the thing that I was stitching was a Halloween Matushka doll. And this is done by One Crafty Fox Designs on Etsy. She used to be called the company Kitsch and Geek. So if you've ever heard of that company, she's now called One Crafty Fox Designs. And let me show you mine. My finish. Ta-da! So this is my finished project. This is done on 14 count Aida in Lunar Gray, and it was dyed by Fabrics by LJ. This was a really quick stitch and a really fun stitch. I did not use the exact called for threads. Instead, I just approximated what the colors were. So the top was a purple, so I found a purple in my stash that looked that color, and so on and so forth. I love the cat at the bottom with the green eyes, and this back stitched spider with two, let's see how close I can get it, French knot eyes. It's a little blurry, but there are two French knots there for his eyes. So this was a really fun stitch. Now, Dark October stitching for me might be finished with that particular project, although I do have another Halloween project to work on. It's the rectangle in my Magical Creatures calendar that's done by Clouds Factory. That's a Halloween themed rectangle for October, but it's not very dark. It's Clouds Factory. And it's really kind of a cheerful square, so I don't know if I could technically call it Dark October stitching. So I don't know if it'll be considered Dark October stitching. Maybe October stitching, but not so dark. I do have that plan to do still though. And I've been working on a whip in the meantime before I get to that. And my whip is my August calendar girl, and that's by Little House Needleworks, and this is what she looks like. I'm a little behind in the series, so I'm up to August now, and this is what mine looks like. I am almost done. You can see I finished the stitching on the girl, and I started the vine and one of the leaves. So I have this thing where sometimes if there's just a few stitches together, I get defeated. It's kind of sad. So in this vine, there are a couple of sections where it's just 3 stitches together, 3 stitches, 3 stitches, 3 stitches to make the leaves. And there's something about that that just takes all the energy out of me. I have no idea why. But I would like to try and finish this tonight, so I have to push through that feeling of overwhelm that I get when I see just 3 stitches together. This is being stitched on Misty Taupe 14 count Aida that's done by Charles Craft that I got at AC Moore. So I still have to stitch August and the stack of books and the rest of the leaves and flowers, but I really would like to finish this tonight. So we'll see how I do. Now, I wanted to do something called Flash the Stash. Jazz hands. Okay. So I kind of have a huge stash of fabric by Fabrics by LJ, and I'm not going to show you, don't worry, I'm not going to show you all the pieces of it, but I wanted to flash it at you and give you a sense of what I have and show you a couple of pieces, and then I would like to do something special with a couple of the pieces of fabric. So to flash my stash, I've stacked these pieces together, and you can see these are all individual pieces of fabric. This is the first pile. There are a few piles. So here's the first flash. And here is the second flash. Most of these are Aida, and most of them are very bright. When I first started purchasing from him, I was so impressed by the gorgeous bright colors, and I didn't think too far along the line about what I would stitch on them. I just thought that they were gorgeous and I would like to have them. So a lot of these are super duper bright, with a few that are lighter or more neutral. Like here's another set. And I really love them, but it's a challenge. It's a fun challenge, but it's a challenge to try and figure out what I'm going to stitch on them. I kind of actually like trying to figure it out because I really love the fabrics, and it's nice to try and figure out how to use them. And I feel like I always have something that will work if I'm open-minded enough. So here's some more. And there's just a few more to flash. So yeah, most of these are Aida, because that's what I really enjoy stitching on, is Aida. And I think for now that's okay. You know, it makes me happy, so that's what I enjoy doing. And what I did do was purchase a few pieces of linen before I really realized what I liked stitching on. And what I'd like to do now is host a little giveaway of some of those linens, because I will never stitch on them myself, and I would really like it if they'd go to a happy home where somebody will enjoy them. So I have 3 pieces, and so I would open this giveaway to anybody. Hopefully you'll be a subscriber, and it doesn't matter if you live internationally or not. I will mail it to you. And let me show you what they are. There's 3 pieces of linen. What you can do is write down in the comments the name of the linen that you like, and if you like more than one, you can write more than one. And if more than one person is interested in that linen, then I'll do the random number generator and come up with a winner. So the first one is called Cobbler, and this is a 28 count linen. It's 17 by 27. Now it's a combination of blues and purples, really. Looks like blueberry cobbler, really. So this is Cobbler, 28 count, 17 by 27 linen. It's kind of a stiff linen. It's not very floppy. I don't know if that's the nature of the fabric itself or the dyeing process, but it's a relatively stiff linen. It's still beautiful colors. So that's one. The next one is also 28 count. It's called Seaside, and it is also 17 by 27. You can see it looks like the beach. It's got these beautiful aquas and the sandy kind of brownish color, tan. So that is called Seaside, and it's, again, it's a little stiffer. It's not very floppy. 28 count. And then lastly is a 32 count, 17 by 27, and this one is called Chocolate Cherry. And this is why. It's because it's got these gorgeous browns and cherry colors. So again, this is 32 count, same size, 17 by 27. And this is a little bit floppier, not quite as stiff. Chocolate Cherry. So again, if you're interested in the Chocolate Cherry, just write down in the comments that you'd like Chocolate Cherry. If you'd like Seaside, write down Seaside. Or if you would like Cobbler, write down Cobbler. So just let me know. We'll do my first little giveaway. There was something floating in the air. So the last thing I'd like to leave you with is what I'm reading right now. And the reason I'm doing that is because several people have commented that they're interested in some of the books that I read for middle grade fiction. And so the one that I'm reading right now is actually a sequel. So I'm going to tell you about the first one in this series. It's not really a series because it's just one book and a sequel, but I'm going to tell you about the first one. The one that I'm reading now is called The War I Finally Won, and it's by Kimberly Brubaker Bradley, which is a tongue twister. Kimberly Brubaker Bradley. And this is the sequel to a book called The War That Saved My Life. And I will insert a picture of The War That Saved My Life here. And The War That Saved My Life is an extremely moving book. It is about a girl who's about 10 years old, whose name is Ada, or Ada. It's spelled A-D-A. And Ada has a club foot, and she lives in England during the time of World War II. Her mother is extremely ashamed of her daughter and the clubfoot, and as a result is extremely cruel to her daughter. Ada has a little brother named Jamie. He's about 4 years younger than she is, and Ada is not allowed to leave their apartment. She's meant to be hidden away because of her disability. The mother doesn't want anybody to know about her or see her because she considers it shame. The brother gets to go to school and Ada does not. So it's World War II and the city is starting to get bombed. And the children are being sent out to the country to protect them from the bombings. So the mother plans to send the son, but not Ada. So Ada decides that she has to save herself by practicing to learn to walk in an extremely painful situation with her foot. And she tries to escape to the country with her brother. And it's their story of what happens. It's very interesting. It's historical. Kids love this book. I loved it. It's a page turner. It's a tearjerker. It's heart-wrenching, but ultimately makes you feel hopeful about the human spirit. And how people can find each other and heal each other. So if you've never heard of it or never read it, I highly recommend The War That Saved My Life. Right now I'm reading the sequel, The War I Finally Won, and so far it's very good, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes. And that's what I'm reading right now. So I want to say thank you so much for joining me. I'm so excited with all of the people who've been watching and commenting and subscribing. It's so appreciated. And I can't wait to see you again. In terms of the giveaway, I will do the results of the giveaway in my next video. I anticipate that being around the end of the month or the beginning of next month. So you have a few weeks to get in your comments and hopefully find a fabric that you like. If you have any questions or any other comments, please do leave them down below. And I hope to see you again soon. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day and take care. Bye, guys.